All right, man. We are live. The platform podcast, Houston, Texas. Y'all know I had to do it. Y'all know I had to do it. Very first guest. Very first guest. Can't redo number one. You know, we got the twins in the building, the Johnson twins, man. These guys are two-time state champs.
Two
Two-time
time,
state
two
champs, man.
time.
They are Kip Sunnyside alum, UTSA alum. But dig this though. These guys ain't no 40, 50-year-old coaches who've been doing this for 20, 25 years. Man, they some YNs, man. They young in the
Why
game, man.
is
They
yeah.
young in the game. They're not look, these boys not even 30 yet, man. They got a resume like that. Come on, man. And hey, the resume speak for itself, man. We got Jarrad Johnson and Jarrad Johnson. So I appreciate you fellas for coming on the show today,
Yes,
man.
sir. Appreciate you for having us, big dog. We extremely happy to be here and to be the first, man. To be the first.
Yeah, man. So y'all know these my brothers. So like this is gonna be a conversation, man. It just so we just kicking it, man. It's bunch of barbershop talk, man. But we gonna kick it off, man. J Red, what's the deal, man? J Red, you hear me? I think he got some connected issues. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it right. We gonna always edit. We can edit that, so don't even worry.
I don't know what's wrong.
Yeah, we can edit all that. It's all good. But we go, Coach Johnson, man. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. Our first day of school is tomorrow,
Yeah,
so I'm feeling real good. I'm excited about just getting back to football, getting back to the grind. Summer is fun, but it get a little long sometimes when you ready to get back to it. So
man.
I'm ready for the grind. I'm ready for some excitement, man. It's been a journey. Me making that big decision, as we know,
Mm-hmm.
to leave my home.
Mm-hmm.
I would say this summer was really tough. But man, where I'm at, I couldn't be happier. I'm excited for the next step in my career. And to be honest with you,
For
it's
sure.
even better because I get to do it with my twin brother. Like that's not too many opportunities you get to be able to continue coaching. Which literally brother, not no play bro, not no guard brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's my twin. We grew up together from the womb together. So
For
it's
sure. For
it's amazing to be able to do that for sure.
Can
What's your
y'all see
name?
what I named the show?
Nah.
Can y'all see the title? Y'all can't see the title?
Okay,
Twin
that's
Nope.
nice.
Twin
That's
Telepathy.
nice. I
Okay, y'all
like
probably
it. I
can't see
like it. I like it.
Yeah.
it. Jarrad Johnson,
Yeah.
aka J Red, aka my opinion, the best offensive
Yeah.
play caller
And,
in the
and,
city,
and
in the
athlete with
state,
it too.
rather.
Go
Yes, yeah,
ahead with it.
they're gonna say I'm biased, but no. Hey,
For sure.
you know what I'm talking about? Hey, man, but just
Man.
tell them a little bit about yourself, man.
Coach Jarrad is a very fiery, very swaggy, I like to say, individual. I like to let my players do the talking for me. But I'm a player, well, not a player. I'm a coach that
Mm-hmm.
has a lot of spunk. I'm a coach that, even though, like you said before, we are younger, I like to, prove a lot of people wrong and let the people know that, I do know what I'm doing by, the numbers that I put up, how we call plays, the way that we run a team, specifically the way that we run an offense. So that's something that I pride myself on.
Absolutely.
When I was in school, I remember we played in a pro style offense. My brother was the quarterback, I was a receiver. Hence is why I'm still a receiver coach till this day. Um, and we didn't get to be able to do a lot of the things that we wanted to do, or to showcase our abilities. So one big thing is I want my players to be able to showcase their abilities, and so I got to showcase mine. I'm blessed to have this mind up here, this brain, and again I'm blessed to have the people that's around me that's been able to help accomplish the goal of me putting up the numbers and me being kind of a staple in the kind of the community by sending these kids to go to school to these different levels. So I'm definitely blessed. I'm definitely humble,
Mm-hmm.
but I definitely I do carry that that weight that it's more work to do, but have done, it's definitely
Absolutely.
proven and it's written on the wall. Can't nobody take that away.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna just stay with you, J Red. So just talk about, I guess, at what point did you realize, okay, coaching is my thing. This is what I was born
Yeah,
to do. This is what I was called on to do.
I think it started off, man. Jarrad actually coached a year before me at Sunnyside, and so while I was, still in college, and um, when he came back, and when I came back for some games, I was like, wow, man, this is like really interesting, this a whole nother ball game, it's a whole nother life, because it is right. And so, just seeing, that
Right.
aspect of it and him enjoying it. I'll always love football. Always been connected with it. I feel like I was kind of one of the smarter players on the field. Not being the biggest, you got to be the smart. You got to be kind of one of the smartest. So I got the opportunity to go, go back to Sunnyside and coach. I
Mm-hmm.
started off with year one as a receiver coach. I was under the offensive coordinator, one of my best friends, Craig Smith. He kind of taught me a lot of different things. I kind of saw how he called the game and things of that nature as well. Um, and so it kind of made me have a love for the game. When I start coaching receivers and kind of understanding and seeing how I'm
Gotcha.
taking steps from one place to another, it definitely like was like okay, like yeah, like I kind of know what I'm doing. And so now I get the step to be an
Yeah.
OC, and it's like it's kind of my show. So if I want to get a receiver the ball more, I can get the receiver the ball more. If I want to, run the ball, then I can control that, right? So I think it kind of gave me a little
Mm-hmm.
bit of
Mm-hmm. Right.
it was a challenge at first, not knowing our identity. But definitely, like I would see the love and the passion, like from my friends who were in the game, who understood the stuff, and passing it off to me. So it kind of just, came together all nicely as well. Like the OC kind of fell in my hand. And Jarrad, he was the DC, and we was like, we ain't got no OC now, so it's you. And I was like, all right, bet. I remember the summer that it happened. I was like,
Yeah.
Jarrad was like, man, you got to do it. I was like, I don't know, bro. So let's do it. So
Yeah.
it worked out great, and we got accomplishments from it, so we can't complain.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. That's great, bro. That's great, man. That's a story that
Yeah,
can't too many people tell, like in this short period of time. And like y'all doing things that like that's unprecedented. Gerard, my guy,
Yeah.
man, bro, you be coaching quarterbacks, man. You be, recruiting coordinator, and you coach defense before, and bro, you just be all over. Like,
Yeah.
bro, like, how do you even have the brain capacity to even do so many things, like, and just bounce from one to next without missing the beat, man. Talk about like the versatility.
Man, to be honest with you, I'm gonna be for real. Like, I don't know. I don't know. My mother is a huge multitasker.
Hmm.
She can do so much and have so much on her plate at one
Hmm.
time, and you will never know.
Hmm.
You will never know how much she's working on this, she working on that, she doing this, she doing that. And so seeing that growing up, it was kind of just like a mindset of like, I gotta figure it out.
Hmm. Right. Right.
Like I gotta figure it out. And so just being completely honest, um, I never was like I just wanted to be a football coach for forever. Never, I kind of was just able to. It kind of like Jarrad said, it fell in my hands.
Yep.
I was coaching with my homeboy for free. My first year at
Hmm.
Sunnyside, I was coaching for free with him,
Yeah.
and I was doing it just because like I ain't had no kids at the time. My wife was coaching cheer, so I was like, I ain't got to go home for no reason. So let me coach football. Let me have a little fun while what I'm saying. So I started doing that. And so I was like, okay, let me like this can take me a little bit, I see the game differently than others. I'm a little bit more structured than others. I can do. And so when my head coach that was there left, I was kind of like some like I could do this. Like I told like I said I could do this, and if I can't do it, like I'm gonna go
You'll
out,
figure it
I'm
out.
gonna go down fight him.
Right.
right? Like I'm gonna figure this out because again, that's what my mother showed me. Like no excuses. Like you got to figure it out. Like my mother has no degree.
Mm-hmm.
She went to school for maybe 2 weeks and dropped out. You know what I'm saying? College, no degree, no nothing, and she makes over $100,000. You know what I'm saying? In this modern day and age, like you're not doing that.
No.
You know, and I'm not talking about she entrepreneur. I'm talking about she corporate. So it's like think of corporate world, no degree. Like you just gotta work hard. You know, and so that's what I
Right.
know. But like I played quarterback. So I was again, I'm 5'5". I'm probably a $135. So like naturally, I had to think the game a lot differently than other people who were just gifted.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't able to. I didn't have a big arm. I didn't have, you know, what I'm saying the. I wasn't Lamar Jackson when running the ball. I was like methodical with it, and so I kind of just took that to the game, and so that kind of helped me with quarterbacks. And then I started helping out on the offensive side of the ball. But then when we needed somebody to step up and be the DC, I said, well, I used to play quarterback, so let me give it a try. Let me try to. Now I know how to score, but if I know how to score, that means that I should be able to know how to stop people that's trying to score.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
kind of
Right.
just flipped all that knowledge and my work ethic and basically said, okay, let me just put two and two together and start calling some defensive plays. I'm a big learner. Like I'm gonna learn everything. Like I'm gonna ask questions. I'm gonna research. I'm gonna save, bookmark stuff on Instagram, whatever I see, you know. And nobody taught me a lot of stuff. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I taught myself a lot of stuff. Like the recruiting game, me helping get kids recruited. At this point in time, I have 16 kids that got sent off to college to play in the span of 3 years, and so I'm very proud of
Talk
that.
about it.
And to be honest with you, like nobody gave me the ins and outs of how to do that.
Mm-mm.
Nobody did. I kind of just figured it out and said like I was gonna be relentless because the number one thing I wanted to do was give kids the opportunity that they didn't have or wouldn't have if it wasn't for me, and that's to go and play college ball.
Yeah.
Like I know when I played at Sunnyside, I had kids that should have went D1 at that point in time,
Right.
but we didn't have the coaches to get the exposure, to work harder, to do the huddle, to do this, do that, and I said like when I got that, I was gonna do that,
Mm-hmm.
and so from that standpoint, like that's how I picked up the recruiting stuff. So quarterback coach to start off. Then I had to transition to a defensive
Defense. Yeah.
coordinator. Uh, then I had to kind of like assume the role of recruiting coordinator because a lot of the coaches on my staff at that time didn't work at the school, so nobody was really gonna be inventive with that and try to figure that out. So I said I'm gonna do it. And
Mm-hmm.
so just from that standpoint, like I'm a huge like I gain knowledge from everybody. Like I ask questions, I figure it out, and so like that's just kind of how I got just kind of like versatile in it. Like there's no one specific thing I can point to that taught me this or showed me that. I'm observing as it come. I can watch, I can see, I can copy, I can do all of that. And at this point in time, like it's been successful from literally just grinding, man. Like, I just been grinding. Like I never thought I was gonna be a head coach at a point in time. I never thought I was gonna be moving up to go being a coach. But like all I knew is I know football and I know how to reach kids and get kids to school. And so that's my passion. Like that's gonna drive me to make these kids better. And so that's kind of how I became so versatile. Like literally, you know, watching my mom, but then also just not saying no. Not saying no to any opportunities. If an opportunity come across my plate, I'm gonna try to do
Mm-hmm.
it. If I can't do it, at least I tried.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I wasn't the best, but I'm gonna try. And so up until this point, I've been pretty successful with that. So just got to keep that same mode with just working hard, doing what I do, and just figuring out the rest later.
Yep. Yeah, man. Man, I was telling somebody, I was talking about this not too long ago. I was talking about y'all. I was like, man, no matter where they at, I just feel like any coach, any parent who have a kid that play, like you gotta like coaches like that because one thing about I feel like my personal opinion, I don't think nobody will ever like out passion y'all. Like I don't. I think
Absolutely.
like
Facts.
y'all care probably
Very
too
true.
much. You know what I mean?
Too
Like
much.
which is a great,
Sometimes too.
which is
Yeah.
a great,
Sometimes too often.
thing. You know what I mean? Like and y'all are
Yeah.
player first coach. Like I've seen it firsthand, and many people can vouch. You know, Jarrad, you will step in and play quarterback, throw the ball. Uh, Jerry, you would step in and play receiver. You know what I mean? Just to get your hands there. Just to show like, hey, I'm here. I'm not to even just teach, but hey, I'm right here with y'all. I'm not gonna tell y'all nothing that I won't do. You know what I mean? Like y'all act out there, cleats
Yep.
on. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yeah.
That's something that definitely should be admired. And like I said, man, I if I was a player, I would definitely want to play for coaches like that, like y'all, because I don't see nobody have more
And
fire
to
in
be
our.
honest, to be honest with you, it's rough in the
Mm-hmm.
beginning. We have two. Jarrad has a lot bigger personality than me.
Hmm.
But when I get there, my personality will come out as well.
Yeah.
Uh, but I think that once the kids that we've worked with understand like where it's coming from and why we work so hard and why we own them so hard and things of that nature, right? Because like nobody's gonna give you nothing
Hmm.
in life, so you gotta just go and attack it, like no matter if you feel like it or not. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that that's where it come from, like not having a choice. Like we had to go to school, like we wanted
Yeah.
to come home
Hmm.
from college. My mama
Hmm.
said no. You know what I'm saying? Like no, you're not coming home. Like we had to figure it out. And so from that standpoint, like we push that on kids. Figure it out, bro.
Yeah.
Figure it out. And so like that's why kids flock because like yeah, they don't like it in the moment, but then they realize like,
This for me.
coach really
He
looking
looking
out.
out. Right.
Like I may not like it in the moment, but like we really care about these kids
Absolutely.
because it's bigger than us.
Yeah.
Like I don't care about taking credit at all. Like we don't care
Hmm.
about being the best. I don't advertise myself or nothing in that way. I'm humble and I just try to make sure that like the kids can do all the talking for me.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I think we both kind of we talk about passion. Like we passionate about the kids. Like kids and football like is the way to get
Yeah.
you out the hood. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to get you
Yeah.
out the hood. And so
That's the
that's my
mission. That's the
passion.
goal. That's the mission. That's the
Yeah.
goal. And in the moment that we veer away from that, we're not doing our job.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
This next question, J Red, I'm gonna start with you. Uh,
okay.
Texas high school football, man. Y'all been a part of it,
Mm.
for a while now, man. And my opinion, I feel like
Yeah.
there's nothing like Texas football. Like I've
Yeah.
been many different cities. I've seen so many different players in different states,
Yeah.
but bro, I'm talking about just from top to bottom, inside out. Like just these Friday night
Yeah.
like games is just different here, man. Like just for the people who may not be aware, who watching this, like just tell them like something that, in your personal opinion, that makes Texas high school football special.
Man, it's a lot, right? I think it's having a lot of eyes,
That's man,
right?
that's real. That's real.
Like it's just like when I think about the Houston area and like on one street on Scott Street, it's like you go up and down, it's four schools
Hmm.
plus,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And it's like people want to be seen. So what are you going to do to be seen?
Hmm. Right.
Right? And so they do the weight rooms, they do the facilities, they do the fans, the booster clubs, the how we call it, the parent associations. Like they do all of these things to make it for us to be more seen, and like Texas just breeds different players too. So it's like you get that with the eyes being seen on you, and it's like almost incomparable to like any other state.
Hmm.
Because like like there's not many eyes on, like, and not to say anything bad, but like you don't hear a lot of kids coming from Idaho.
Nah.
Like,
Right.
but but like Texas is so large.
Which is
Texas is
crazy.
so
Which is
large.
crazy because it's
It's
so many,
crazy.
like it's so big, and we still find time
Yes,
to add all these kids coming from Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, the Valley, just corporates, like just all over. It's crazy. Nah, that's that.
and
Yeah.
and it's for the and I think it's for the love of the game. Like I think that like with people knowing that there's nothing like Texas
Mhm.
football, it's like, how do you not want your kid to
To,
grow up experiencing that?
I tell people that,
Like,
oh
right?
my
Like,
God, like I tell people that,
like
bro.
like I want to like for my kids, like I want my kids to be able to experience, like playing in an actual stadium and like seeing what a Friday night lights is with the band and the
Oh, that
crowd and
bad.
everything going crazy. Like it's like different things that like you want your kids to be a part of, and that's one of them.
Hmm.
Being involved in Texas high school
Yeah.
football, and that's solely because of, again, like I said, it's so many eyes on us the love of the game, the passion, and it's a one thing that I'm starting to learn. It's a lot of former league players,
Hmm.
or in general, that gravitate that live in
Yeah,
Texas.
yeah,
Like in general,
yeah.
that come back and coach in Texas. Like we look at like Jason Witten, what he's doing at his
Right,
school
right,
with his
right.
sons,
Uh huh.
right? And it's like he could have went anywhere else. Yeah, I get it. He played for Dallas, Texas.
Right.
You know the Cowboys. But he could have took his kids to play anywhere else. But he brought it to what?
Texas,
Texas. So
right?
like now it's because of what the odds. And he turned the whole private school around like it's nothing.
Crazy.
So it's like, and it's so many good schools with so many different kids and so many programs. Like, and that's the thing. And one thing I learned about in like, and especially being an offensive coordinator, I learned about in Texas high school football is like every team is so uniquely different from like from every position to how they line up to how they warm up to how they practice. So it's literally so many different things
It's
that you can
entertainment.
do.
It's
It's
It
entertainment.
like
is.
it's literally
It's a
entertainment.
show. Yeah.
Literally. Like it's a show,
Mm.
and it's like who's gonna put on the best show in the best way. And we just do that. Like even when you talk about like these bigger stages, like we have like schools in Texas that are ranked in top 25,
Nationally.
Man,
Yeah.
man,
nationally
yeah,
because
yeah.
of that.
And it would be crazy. I tell people like, bro, like if you in Texas, whether you charter, taps, 4A, 5A, 6A, that's the highest level. Texas is the highest level. Like,
Yes.
man, it was a kid. He at Texas A&M right now. He played 2A football. Terry Bussey. He played 2A football.
Yep.
Was a 5-star recruit.
And was
Was
cold.
cold.
And was
That don't mean
cold.
he can't play 6A football. You think that man can play 6A football? So that's what I'm saying. Like this is Texas. Period is the highest level. You're not gonna get better
Yeah.
competition than this. So it's like it's just
And
so many kids, man. And for what
yeah.
the biggest thing that I can appreciate, man, those crowds, like the fan bases for certain schools. Like if you ever been to a Katy game, a Port Neches Groves game,
Man.
like those are two of the biggest.
PNG.
PNG is the loudest crowd I've ever heard in my lifetime, bro. Like it's.
Man,
I'm like, how did this a high
I
school?
was just watching YouTube the other day, and I saw like Allen, and I'm like, bro, like I want to move. I want to take my kid just to go to
Yeah.
Allen. Like
They stadium is
like
crazy.
it's like it's crazy. And it's like, again, how do you not want to be a part of that?
Yeah, it's a spectacle.
Man, it's like gravitating. It's almost like, well, I want to grow up. I want to be an Allen Eagle,
You
and
know
it's
what I
like, yeah,
mean?
I like, and like people they hold that with pride
Yeah.
too. Like I'm going to grow up and I'm going to be an Allen Eagle. I'm going to play like, and that's like kids don't have dreams like
Right.
that in a lot of places. But like Texas is the one state in some other states that you can have that
Yeah.
dream and you accomplish it. Like this is the literal place of like a football player's dreams come true.
Yeah. Nah, facts.
So
Facts. Yeah. Yeah, man. Nah, that's a good one though. It's definitely so many eyes on us, man. Uh,
yeah,
Coach Johnson, what would you say, man? What makes Texas high school football different, man? You've been coaching several years. You played in it yourself, man. So what makes this just special from everybody else?
I think it's just so many different schools that have so many different characteristics about them. You can go
Mm,
to West Columbia and Sweeney.
mm,
They small schools, but they fans are like amazing. They
Cam
shut down the whole
Ward.
city.
mm,
Like you go into small cities, right? And it's
mm,
crazy. Then you go to the big cities, right? Where you can come to North Shore, where it's in the middle of the
mm,
city, and
mm.
they turn too.
Yeah.
It's just so many different
You
like
ain't lying.
schools, like type of schools from like Carthage to like
Carthage fan base is crazy
like I
too,
was saying,
bro.
Allen, DeSoto to like North
Longview.
Crawley to
Long.
like Stafford, like the list goes on to what like type of schools they are, and them having everybody having their own tradition, everybody doing something a little different, everybody looking a certain like it's just mind boggling when you think about it. Like you can go to play to like a small town 2A school and feel like you in a 6A stadium. You
Yeah.
know
No
what I'm saying?
facts.
Like
Facts.
because of the crowd. So it's just like the investment behind it. Like it's so many people behind. Like people have group chats that they talk
No
messy
fact.
about.
Oh my
Like
God.
adults,
Yeah,
like alums of schools are like
that's a fact.
will not be your friend because you do not support their team.
That's a fact.
Like
That's a fact.
they're beefing in group chats over we playing our rival this week. It's homecoming. We playing our rival. We not your friend this week.
That's crazy.
Like you don't get that at a lot of
Mm-mm.
places, and so I think that's just like different. You know, it's just so many people can connect in so many different ways through just football versus small town, big town,
Mm.
middle private school, charter school, like whatever you want. Everybody can connect some type of way. It's like football is just it's amazing,
And
bro. It bring everybody together.
yeah, and sometimes like you wouldn't even got to be a fan of a certain school. Like you ain't got to have to attend that school, but you would just go to the game because it's a big game. You want to see? Okay, I want to
And it's
see. It's
entertaining. It's like
entertaining. This
this
is a
is
show. Like
amazing.
like if North Shore playing Atascocita, or if if Marshall playing like Ridge Point, like those rival schools that's in the same district or
Yep.
whatever. Like
Yep.
like it's gonna be a big
Facts.
game. You know what it
Gonna
is.
be jumping.
I remember I was in high school and we were in 3A. It was 24 3A. You know, we was in there with, some people. And we played against Danbury.
Mm-hmm.
And it was around 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Game started at 7. We on the bus, right? It's Danbury's a small city, if anybody know.
Yeah.
So we ride through Danbury, and it's like we literally are seeing like everything stay closed. We like, dang, the city shut down early.
Right. Yeah.
We pull up to the game. It feel like it felt like so much of a huge crowd. Everybody was there from all the
Right.
stores. The gas stations were shut down. It was just like the fact that something can bring people together that much
Mm-hmm.
and affect a small community. Like it, of course, it's gonna affect the big community, but the smaller ones, like, how can you not love that, bro?
Yeah.
Facts.
Like,
Facts.
how can you not love
Mm-hmm.
that?
Yeah.
So.
Hey man,
Mhm.
for high school, fear the bull.
Yeah, man.
Hey
Freedom
man,
Bull.
Fair
FTB,
food.
baby.
man.
FTB.
Hey man. Listen, man. I'm coming to some of them games, man. I want to see what it is.
For
FTB,
Y'all
man.
know
sure,
I'm there,
man. For
man.
sure.
Hey, but look, man. Hey, it's y'all first year there. Y'all starting together,
Yes.
man. Both y'all twins, man. Hey, it's only right, right? So, J Red, man, tell me what's I guess the biggest challenge as a coach for you, like, coming from one school to another.
Yeah. I mean, it's different. Because for one, you are like it's kind of I guess it's the autonomy piece of
Mm-hmm.
it. Like what what can what do you do, and it's about like every time you learn new kids it's always going to be some
Right.
struggles. I'm an educator still at heart at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And so it's like every year you get new kids, it's like always that how they call it, like the honeymoon
Mm-hmm.
phase. You got to feel them
Yeah,
out,
just to see
got
what
to
it is.
understand what's happening, know what's going on. So yeah, I feel like something of that nature is, that's just not a challenge, but that's just something that everybody goes through. Even when you get a new job, it's like, is it gonna be this good for forever, or is it gonna turn bad, or when it's gonna go from bad to good, or anything like that? But we are blessed to be in this situation, and everybody's embracing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's different for sure because of course at KIP, it's in another league. So
Right.
this is, for a football. So
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely as far as like getting used to like the rules and regulations and what you can do and what you can.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like for me, that's kind of like the biggest, piece of it. But embracing it as well with that. I'm not gonna say a struggle because we never take losses. We just learn lessons,
Yeah.
and so it's just about, if one day's not good, how do we get better the next
Right.
day? And the next day, and the next day, and we're gonna get where we want to be. So, enjoying the process right now, and excited for the process, excited to see what
Yes,
happens.
sir. Gerard, same question. What's the like a big challenge for you coming into this season from switching schools?
Um, so just I mean, being real for me, it's a little. It's I came from a place where I was the head coach. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, and so called the shots a lot. I was really hands on in the planning and things of that nature. And so initially, I thought that would be like a, you know what I'm saying, me taking a lesser role. Not that, you know, that's something I wouldn't want to do, but that's just something that I was doing. So I got a kind of mind shift. But definitely shout out to Huff, just because he came in and told me to be me from day one, and not to like limit
Yeah.
myself or whatever it's gonna be. And so like I appreciate
Yep.
that. And so like the challenge has, you know, at first I was kind of like, do I step in? Do I let it, you know what I'm saying, trying to not overstep, but at the same time, you know, me being me, I like stuff a certain way, to people to do stuff a certain way or whatever it's gonna be. So learning that was big for me. But now, like, you know, I'm comfortable. I love the situation I'm in. I just think that we bring a certain pizzazz, I'll say,
Indeed.
with how we coach and what our expectations are. And anybody that, any kid that we've been with and coached or whatever it may be, ask them about us and they can tell you how fiery we are, but how intentional we are with everything that we do. And so if you don't have that,
Mm-hmm.
and and we just kind of like thrown on you, it's a lot to receive,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Uh, so just definitely really trying to battle the culture shock,
Mm-hmm.
and not just of the football team, but of the school,
Mm-hmm.
because football runs the school. So when you bring in a whole new staff, it's a lot different. You know, it's a lot different from what it was. So that's something that definitely, just the culture shock of the school, of what we are gonna bring, what the expectations are of the football team, and what we want people to be like, things like that. Like, that's a lot for people to handle. Uh, and so that will be a big push. But once we get past that and people are able to see the passion and the love and the intentionality behind stuff, we're gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, everything is new.
Yeah.
Everything is
Yeah.
new for all of us. Like, we, you know, we barely hitting the ground running right now, you know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this is the process that we have to go through. And so, like, everything's gonna be a lot greater in
Yeah.
the end.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Man, y'all, again, man, two-time state champions that kept Sunnyside together. Y'all did it together. Man, what would it means to do that here at Fur?
Dog. So I'm on the offensive side of the ball now. At first, I've been in DC for, I think, 2 out of the 3 years recently. So now I'm back on the offensive side of the ball. Me and Jarrad all together, and that speaks like even more like volumes to the expectations of
Mm-hmm.
ourselves. Let me just say that for one. We always said if we get on the same side of the ball, like, we're going to dominate, because now we have both of our brains working together, versus it being Jarrad and me, two separate sides of the ball,
Mm-hmm.
is going at each other.
Yeah.
Now it's let's work together.
Crazy. Crazy.
And so that'll be amazing. Just for us to see the heights that we can get to together with working this together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we had dreams, and it's always talked about, like, we would watch what's that, like, they used to do the top 25 games of the college football on
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
ESPN.
yeah, yeah,
We would
yeah, yeah.
sit there and watch every game
What?
and just imagine what our offense would look like when we had keys,
Yeah.
when we could do whatever it wanted to be. And we imagine, you know, DeAnthony Thomas and Marcus Mariota
Ooh,
and,
that
you
Oregon.
know, LaMichael James and Braylon Addison.
No.
That Oregon squad for them years is what we, you know what I'm saying, wanted our stuff to be. And so, like, we just, you know, always imagined that. And so, like, if we're able to reach that pinnacle uh, of being state champions again, but doing it in this light,
Yeah.
uh, at the young age, at 27, being able to do that, you know, before we hit 30 is
That'd be
crazy.
crazy.
Like, people, that's crazy. So being able to do that,
Facts.
that's like top tier. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's like on pace with, like, winning the first one with Sunnyside, with that being my home. You know what I'm saying? And doing that like nobody else has done. That's speechless. I'll be speechless, you know, but that's the goal. That's why we wake up every day and work hard and be intentional, because, like I said, when we can do it together, I don't think nobody really gonna stop us. For
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
And
And I think
you
it's.
know what, Jerry?
Go ahead, Stats.
I'm gonna throw a different one out there for you.
Okay.
Man, I see the support that you guys have, man. Just, I guess, talk about the support. What does it mean to you to have the support of having your mom at the game, your dad around, your fiance around,
Yeah,
same, Justin, your wife comes to the games and stuff like that, and other
yeah,
other friends and family members as well, man. Talk about, your support system, the community around you guys.
man. I think it's everything. I tell my fiance that nothing that I'm able to do is possible. Without her and her
Yeah.
support. From the late nights with me, like on Friday nights, that I am after the game and I can't sleep because of everything going through my mind.
Man, what?
Uh, and I'm watching film at midnight.
Hmm.
She gonna let me do that. Like it's okay with her,
Yeah.
because she understands, right? She understands, the time and the season of, what happens every year, as well as my mom too, like she knows that, hey mom, we may need you to watch the kids for about 30 extra
You
minutes
know.
while we, make the drive, right? And that's something like she's in full support. My dad, when, my junior year and senior year in high school, he didn't miss a game. Like he was there every one. And I would tell you, like, my whole coaching career, if he there, he there. Like he every spot. I mean, every game he's there supporting. If we don't even ask him to bring stuff for the boys. Sometimes he just, hey,
Just.
y'all can get some Gatorades
Hmm.
real quick. Like he just does those things, and it means a lot, man. It kind of it like it validates a young man's dream.
Yeah.
Like when it aligns correctly and everybody's on the same page, it validates. He's like, wow, okay, I really can do this. Like it's really okay for me to have this dream and be able to, do this. And it takes a lot for us to,
Yeah.
do what we do.
Man.
The early mornings, the late nights,
Hmm.
especially in the summertime, we just don't coach during fall. We coach in fall,
Year
spring,
round.
summer, winter. Like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
we
Dedication.
uh, we had 7-on-7 games. Taking them if we need to. We there.
Paying
Like
that 20 ball to get
Huh?
in
paying the
every
money
weekend.
every week.
Come
To
on
get
now.
in. Just and they're okay with that.
Yeah.
And they let us be who we are and support it through and through. And we could not have asked for a better support system.
Yeah.
Definitely, like, and it's not even just like the immediate. It's like even my aunties and uncles, like they're so excited for fur and be able to come to the stadium, be able to sit and watch something like on a bigger stage.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
and that's something that makes us happy.
Hmm.
It kind of, and I'm speaking for both of us. It drives us. It motivates us to, like, if they believe in us, man, we gotta believe in us, and man, we can't let it fail.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the, like, I ain't never failed before.
Hmm.
So I can't fail
Not at
now.
all.
So we gotta keep going, and it helps to have their support, and their everyday attention to it, and they're sensitive to it as well too. Like they understand, they know. Sometimes I'm gonna be mad. My
Hmm.
mom ain't gonna talk about the game.
Man, what?
She gonna ask how she gonna ask how the kids doing.
Ah!
Just try she really trying to check on us, but she asking something else. So
Yeah.
we're
Or
we're very
or dad call
appreciative.
after the game, already knowing he giving us what happened at the
Yeah.
game. What happened
Yeah.
wrong?
Right.
I don't
Right.
know what happened in your line today.
Right.
They got a block better. Dad, I
Right.
know. I'm mad already. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
take that
Yeah.
back,
Yeah. Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, nah, like that.
So like, man, that support's crazy.
Yeah, nah, that's how my mama the first game, man, in the Shana St. Paul game. We won, but after the game, she congratulated me. I'm mad. She said, "What you mad? Y'all won." I said, "I don't care. I ain't like it."
Yeah,
I ain't like it. Thank you. Thank you.
gotta
Thank you.
understand.
I was mad. They
Nah,
didn't understand.
but just to add to that, bro, that support is crazy.
Hmm.
Like my uncle was doing the food truck at the school
Right.
for games and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
giving, helping, doing whatever. Like Jay Red said, I just to add in, like I got two daughters and they 3 and 1. So like there's no way that I would be able to do whatever I do
Hmm.
if she was not the greatest mother.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm
Right.
saying? Being able to handle home, and so it's just amazing, man. And even like the people that done kind of reached out and helped, like shout out Sterling for like picking up a whole new trade of knowing how to take pictures,
Hmm.
just because like. she was down with it and like was like, I support y'all in whatever y'all do
Yeah.
if that's what y'all want to do. And so like I think us just being good people and just, you know what I'm saying, having that good upbringing and just kind of like making sure that we're able to uh just grind no matter what. People see that. And like you said, that passion bleed through our skin, like our veins, literally. Like you could
Yeah.
tell from talking to us about it. And so if we passionate about it and we doing the right thing, like I mean, look, it's many other things that 27-year-old men could be doing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like wilding, right? But
Absolutely.
we choose to have a profession, um, be good men, and like take care of our business and make sure that we doing the best we can football wise. And so,
Yep.
I think that we just grateful, bro. Like to have this support, like for
Yep.
life to end up how the way that it is, like I couldn't imagine. Like if you talking to me 5 years from now, telling me that this was gonna be happening and stuff when I just started coaching, I'm gonna say you lying.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just it's amazing. I think it's really been able to help us grind a lot harder and just like figure it out. You know, like if I gotta sit on FaceTime with Jarrad for an hour after practice because we talking about practice,
Hmm.
like my wife cool.
Right,
You know
right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
She not you gotta get off the phone, you know, it's take care of business or whatever it may be. And so like that's huge, bro. Like
Yep.
that's so much support that like we couldn't even ask for more for
Yeah.
real.
Yep.
Yeah, man. That's great, man. One last thing before we get out of here, man. October, no, I'm sorry. August 30th at
Yep.
Brazosport. Is that, what's that, 7 p.m.? It's a night game, right?
But
Yeah, we play at
yep,
Delmar. At
Oh,
Delmar.
this game is at Delmar.
yep,
Woo, okay. Okay, this game at Delmar. Okay, cool. Hey, man. We all three of us, are new to this. Well, not new to, but in different roles, so to speak.
yeah.
Uh, and I know me personally, I don't think it probably gonna hit me until that first game. It's like I don't think it's gonna really
Yeah.
hit y'all until that first game. You like
Yeah.
once you
Exactly.
come
Yeah.
out that locker room, you're like, oh yeah, all right,
It's a little
it's,
different.
it's
Yeah.
time to go now, man. So hey, man, how excited are y'all, man, for that first game just to get that? It's not a lot of emotion, a lot of nerves. Go up and down range of emotion, stuff like that, man. But that first game, man, that's you can't get no redos on the first one, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We been through a lot together. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Me and J Red, like we, you know what I'm saying, been through a lot together. And so like we ready to just get to it. You
yeah.
know, sometimes you just like it seemed like it's from when the championship ended to now, it seems like it's been 3 years.
Mm.
It seems like it's
Absolutely.
been so
Right,
long to
Absolutely.
just get back to like a Friday night
man.
football, just like getting that element. Like it's been so long with the move and decisions being made and all that type of stuff. Like you kind of just want to get back to like that moment
Hmm.
of just like when nothing else matters but like what's
Yes.
happening on the field.
Hmm.
Because that's like that feeling of like when you about to play the game. Like I'm not even playing, but like I feel it. Like my
I'm
adrenaline
immersed
is
in the game.
rushing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Yeah.
I have to shed a few tears because like for every game because it's just like I'm so like ready to
Locked
go.
in, bro.
And that's how I feel like at this point in time. Like we got a scrimmage coming up, we got a game coming up. And so I'm just kind of like ready to get to it, but it's gonna be like I'm ready for the master class
Yeah.
because I believe in us. I believe in who we are. Um, I believe in our coaching staff that we had, and so I'm ready to kind of just get to that
Hmm.
point, to kind of be in that moment again because when that moment is gone and you can't get it no more, it's like, dang, I
You
miss it.
miss
You
it.
know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So
absolutely.
I'm ready to be in that moment to just, you know what I'm saying? Because Texas high school football is like we already talked about. It's
Yeah.
amazing, just the lights, the atmosphere, but most importantly, you get to see young men battle and really just grit it out and learn a lot and be coachable and go through some bad things and good things and celebrations. And when you see all this hard work and you get to look at the scoreboard and the scoreboard say 70 points and you like, whoo, I done did everything. I done worked extremely hard. I'm proud of myself. Like that's what, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to get to it again, bro.
Yeah.
It's bittersweet on being able to do it with bro,
Yeah.
man. It's
Yes,
Yep.
bittersweet.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. Yeah, man. I think I'm excited. And I put a lot of, and Stats, you know this, I put a lot of time and effort into my playbook, my
Oh, no, I know it.
plays, my calls, how I do things. And I'm very excited to see, it on, not gonna say a bigger stage, but a bigger stage,
Hmm.
with a little bit more
For
eyes.
sure.
I'm excited to, humbly, make sure people know who we are. And that's the school, and that's, myself, and that's Jarrad, and that's, what we stand for as well too. I think that a lot of people say, some people discredit, the championships. And, to me, that's a little bit disrespectful.
Hmm.
And so for me, it's more so of just, blocking that out and, just staying down and grinding. And, we do a really, really good job of that. I think that, like, I know our players will be ready at that point of time to make sure that, they, like, it's go time. And I was just telling the other coaches too the other day. I was like, man, I get geek before the games, man. I got my whole routine too. I put my headphones in,
Oh
I run
man.
out the tunnel with them, I go down, I get on my knee, I shed a few tears, I say my prayer, and I'm ready to
Yeah.
go. You know. And so I'm ready, like Gerard said, I'm ready for that moment. Like that moment there is second to none. Like just the moment of you feeling like it's so much noise going on around you, and the only thing that matters right now is that I am on my knee on this grass, giving thanks, giving thanks to God, and about to have a great
Yeah.
game. And I think that that's something that I am definitely ready to get back to, and just to ready to accomplish the goal. To see what we can do this year. And just ready to get it started, man. It's a lot. It's a lot. I would say anxious
Yeah.
is the
Yep.
feeling. Very anxious, But once we get into it, I'm be ready to go. Me, talking how I talk, move how I move.
It's
So
go time.
it's good.
It's go time, man.
It's go time. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. We only what 19 days out, man, to that first
How
real
you
game.
feel though, bro? How you feel before game one?
Man,
You answer a question.
man. Honestly, bro, I don't want to cheat the process. I don't want to skip the process. So I'm appreciate all this right now. But man,
Yeah.
I'm ready for. I'm not ready, but I am ready for game one. Like just to be
Yes.
amongst the atmosphere and just to be in that element. It's like when you're just in your element. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just feels so real, so natural. It just
Yes.
smooth. It just what I mean? I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just
Yes.
can't really see myself doing nothing else. You know what I mean? Like this is what
Yeah.
I gotta be around. I gotta be around football, bro. I just, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm really just
Yup.
waiting for that you're here moment. You know, so but like
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah.
I haven't even given it too much thought. Like 'cause I'm still, in the process of getting to August 30th. But man, I am ready. I'm mentally ready. I'm prepared for when that time do come,
Yeah.
man, and it's gonna be a. We gonna leave it all out there, man. We go, what I'm saying?
Oh
We
yes.
go. That's the best I can say, but we gonna do. We gonna
Yeah.
leave it all out there. You know what I'm saying? Leave no stone unturned, man. But hey,
Yep.
man,
Yep.
man, I appreciate. I learned from both of y'all. Appreciate you guys. Everything y'all taught me, even stuff that you never even told me. Stuff that I just took bits and pieces, and how y'all maneuver. And
Yeah.
okay, like even now, when I'm making the practice schedule. Okay, Johnson used to do this, or like when we in Indy, let me see what's this Jerry used to do with the. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
stuff like that. Just little bits and pieces that I took. From y'all game, and man. So I'm definitely appreciative of that, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man,
For
the
sure.
time is here, bro. Nothing like it. Texas high school football. 4A for Coach Jarrad Johnson, Coach Jarrett Johnson. Man, I
Yes,
appreciate you guys for
sir.
coming on the podcast, man. I had to do it, man. First episode, Twin Telepathy, the
For sure.
platform podcast, Houston. Got a shout out to City. Man, appreciate you guys,
Yes,
man. Y'all
sir.
have a great night. Yes,
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 sir.
sir.
You
sir.
Yes,
too.
sir.